you free. Oh yeah, take a break from life. Won't you come and spend some time? I'm all ready to do the first proof, but before I do the proof, of course, I want to bevel my edge. I use a file to bevel down the edges, and then I run them smooth with a stone with a little bit of oil on it. Now remember, you're kind of creating a knife here, so wear a good pair of gloves and be careful when you clean the edge. It's quite sharp. I use my scraper to put the ink onto the plate. Now an Aquatint plate is a little bit different to ink up than a normal plate, because of course it'll take a lot of ink. Remember, you have all those little teeny weeny holes to get the ink into, so it does get very messy, which is why I've put on a pair of gloves. Scrape off the excess, and then here I do like to use the dabber. This is because it's quite difficult actually to ink up an Aquatint evenly. When you start working the tarlatana on the plate, this is something that takes a little bit longer than a normal plate, because you don't want to take the ink off too roughly. So start with a piece of dirty tarlatana, because actually there is a lot of ink on the plate, and slowly you work around, okay? Remember to puff up your tarlatana. You can see how much ink there is, because I'm still not even seeing the actual image. If you get a really uneven result, then don't worry too much about it, okay? Because it is, like I say, this is something that you learn to ink up. I switch to a clean piece of tarlatana that I've softened up a little bit. Remember, there's a bit of stiffening in here, a bit of starch. And I keep on working very lightly over the plates, very lightly. What I want is a nice big fluffy ball, and to just keep going over the plate. Now I'm very curious here, because this is the first time actually that I've used a litho crayon to stop out or block out the back of the plate. So I'm very curious to see what that's going to look like. I'm hoping for a pen-like surface. I've seen it done, I've seen other people do it, and I really like the results that they've had. So I thought that would be something that would be quite fun to try. Here we are. I don't think I want to take more ink off for the first proof. If you wanted to clean up the areas that are wider, you put a little finger in the tarlatana and you go over them. If you do that, remember when you're finished that you want to make that big ball, and you just want to go over it a little bit again, because otherwise you can end up with some very abrupt transitions. And applying Aquatint in this way is all about getting those beautiful grey tones. Alright, I'm going to take it through to the press. I've already prepared my paper, because you've seen that done in the two previous films. So I'm actually ready to print it straight away. Okay? I'm coming through with my plate. I've cleaned off my edges a little bit so I get a nice and neat print. Now I'm going to turn that over. It's a bit cleaner. I position the plate nicely, and I have my already dampened and prepared printmaking paper that goes on top. Down comes the blanket. and I take it through the press. Okay, this is quite exciting, isn't it? We're gonna get to see what this looks like. Well, do you want to come with me over here and we'll have a closer look at it? And this is the reason I became a printmaker. This is what makes printmaking such wonderful fun, is that first proof that you pull from a new plate. I think it's quite marvelous that we started out with a very simple line etching. And we then moved on in the second film, and we put on our feather in the hat in soft ground. And in this, the last film of the 3, we've added our Aquatint to get all the tones. I'm really happy with the lithograph crayons on the background. They give some nice texture to the tone. And I'm really happy with my grey tones on the actual drawing as well. So all in all, I'm very happy with my print, and I certainly hope that you've enjoyed watching these 3 films and that I've been able to show you something. If you have any questions or you'd like to know some more about printmaking, you're really welcome to get in touch with me via my website, and I hope to see you soon.
Take a break from life. Won't you come and spend some time?